Alright. Hi everyone, my name is Mikira. Everyone knows me as Nikat13 on YouTube, and majority of my friends call me Nick. I come from Ukraine. I'm 21 years old, and I currently reside in Canada. This video is recorded on October 8th, currently 9:13 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm recording this video just to say a big thank you to people who have been supporting me or GoFundMe, all my friends, all people, and a couple of people that I never met, but at the same time, I'm just very stunned with the support they want to give. And old friends, especially, I reunited with majority of them, and it's very heartbreaking how it's happening. And at the moment of the time, what's going on is I really need such support. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thanks to everyone. Christopher Hidalgo, Joel, Wireshocked, Samuel Belanga, Patrick Hunt, Joseph Winling, Dima D Spy, Daniil Timofeyev is my high school friend. Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you. Zerus the Sun, Dai Tomodachi, Noel Murphy specifically. Thank you so much, along with Zerus and Christopher for helping me out with such a big sum. Especially Noel, thank you so much for helping me out a little every time you get paid. I saw your comment and it's thank you so much. It's really helping me out. Chris Whitson, Anonymous, David Robertson, and there's other Anonymous that I can't really say name of. Thank you so much. Noel again, and Joel, thank you so much. I was shocked. So I just wanted to record this video, not just only say thank you, but at the same time I want to fulfill you a bit better into the story, what actually happened in the past and what actually made me make GoFundMe. Because I've been thinking through certain times, me doing the sportings and stuff and digital art, I just never really thought of asking a donation before. Like throughout all these 5-6 years of making all this stuff, is like I see other people doing it, just a donation, just because a donation, not because people are making money out of making what they want. It's a donation in particular, just to not make it look fishy or anything. Still want to do stuff in my life. Still want to do just lots. I want to find myself something, but with recent events that just happened is with my family is literally made me completely stop it for a while. I don't know how to feel about it. Like in June 2017, 1st June, 31st May 2017 is when I arrived to London, Ontario. That's when my family, my parents and my brother wanted to meet me because they registered my brother for English courses in Canada here in London. Around the university, so he'll be able to learn English and even pass the IELTS test. Everything was going well. Me getting a job was a bit of a tough time. I wasn't exactly getting, throughout my life, I wasn't exactly getting anything what I really wanted, and it's one of my biggest opportunities ever that I really wanted to get, and I really was striving for years during the time when I was in university in Canada. But university in Canada was the toughest thing. A lot of anxiety issues I've been getting, especially social anxieties that really prevent me from going to any kind of advisor that could help me up. It was just I was really scared that as soon as I go in and any kind of problems I have, I'm gonna get completely destroyed, decimated by whatever they say. Any word coming out of their mouth is just pretty much a power of pretty much destroying me and probably getting rid of me at all. Anyways, I've always been living in a life where my right is just nothing at this point, and it doesn't really matter what I'm doing. It's all about what other people want to do. For me, when it all comes to my parents, it all comes to what they want rather than what I want. Anything what I want is completely ignored and neglected by them. And what they want is apparently gonna be my rule in my life, is something I have to follow every time. Because parents never suggest you the worst, right? But at the same time, I want something for myself. I know, I'm assured, I've done research, I have a lot of people, I have connection that I always am in contacts with, but at the same time, it just doesn't matter to them. whatever I'm striving for, whatever I'm spending my time on, apparently I've been wasting my time and it just doesn't really matter what I'm doing, is pretty much they don't like my decisions. And it comes to ignorance, to what I've been facing with my parents, because when I was a kid, until I turned 12, 13 years old, I've been always raised by my grandmother, grandfather, they're parents of my mother. They're the sweetest people I've ever remembered. I really miss them. My grandfather passed away when I was 14 years old. Grandmother also passed away due to very grim circumstances earlier this year. Uh, really killed me, because parents were never treating me as much as they did, with love, and that's what made me as a person. Grandparents always giving me everything they thought is better for me, and anything I would ask, anything I would say, anything I would express, I'll never have any kind of fear, never have any kind of nervousness, anxiety in order to talk to them. They'll always listen to me, and I'll always, and I know that it's gonna be the most comfortable thing to ever spend time on, just to listen to them. They're wise people. They have experience. Same with my parents, but my parents, it always come to judgment. It always come to a bad temper of my parents, always yelling at me because why did I did this? Why did I feel like this? Why is it like that? Why am I not satisfied with them? It's the question that is always answered. Are they're doing too much for me in order to make me happy, but they never listen to me, and they're only going by their own mind what I really require without listening to me. Anything that I would say is always going to be justified by them. Anything I would do, I would just never feel proud. I just really always knew that I could do something to make somebody's day brighter, and apparently spending a lot of time making somebody's day brighter, somebody's day easier, or at least times easier. Back, I had a lot of friends that could help me out with this. Always do, and I'm always appreciate. I cannot thank God enough for what kind of friends I'm having at the moment. It's especially you guys, all people, YouTube subscribers, everyone who is following me on Workshop, everybody who has been following me everywhere throughout those years. Specifically going towards my couple of friends that have been following me for over 6 years. That is really incredible from what I found out, and it's really stunning, and I just don't know what to do. A lot of things have been happening, disowned by my family because of all the disagreements we've been having, or what I've been doing in university, as I withdrew the bachelor in the second year because I didn't feel like it's right for me. Social anxiety always kicking me, and then it's always been like a torture coming to the university and always listening to instructor. The first instructor I've been going to when I had to go through the programming Java classes, there will always be, how to say it, anything I would ask him is like, come to the office. The first time when he told me to go to the office at the scheduled time, he would not be there. The second time I would go, he would just not be very happy with me, and he would be ranting at me, and it reminded me of a time how I was doing it with my parents. I really wanted to speak up about it, but as soon as I thought about doing this, it's like going to the international advisors. I would just always be asked the question by those people, how are you planning to become successful? Like, I'm facing the same jerks as my parents. I just really don't know how to stand for myself. I've come to Canada when I was 17 years old. I was only turning 17 years old only, and I really didn't know what to do. I wasn't exactly a person who would just do everything for himself. Everything was done by somebody else, by my parents, and I would just be sent to Canada because, well, before they started to file me there, it's like I've been only working on a computer. What I've been doing is trying to learn Autodesk 3ds Max. I was going to a local academy that would show and teach you how to use certain computer applications of Autodesk products, Adobe products, Sony products, something that I really had mental ability in order to sustain, and that was my hobby. Just video games in general, they were my hobby. My grandfather really loved video games. He showed me a lot of games that he loved from back in 90s, Quake, Deus Ex, and all that. he also had uh, he also had a passion to mod the majority of those games that literally let me in when I was only a 7-year-old boy. That would literally let me in, like, in the world of how you can really make your own world digitally, and one of the it's one of the things that really mattered in my life. Making somebody that is in your mind, and then you're making it digitally, that is that is pretty much interactable by anybody. So just not only keyboard and mouse, but any kind of device that is available in the world at the moment. Interact with somebody's fantasies, interact with somebody's thoughts, interact with somebody's stories, interact with somebody's experiences that's been put hours and hours and hours into work. It's not because they've been working on a game, it's just because they want to deliver how it feels. And that's what I've been thinking a lot after my grandfather passed away. Like, I really wanted to take his hobby into like serious note. What I've been doing is strongly been motivated by him, and I cannot thank him enough for him finding me as a person and what I actually like. I used to do a lot of different things, like playing violin and piano, try guitar, but I'm not exactly the best at it. I wasn't going to school for guitar, but I was going to musical school thanks to my grandmother to play on violin and piano. Back in high school, elementary school, I would always go to concerts. Not concerts as in there would be events going on in school, like graduation after every grade, New Year stages and all that stuff. I'll always be a volunteer of being a singer and player on the violin, and it's always been the biggest opportunity for me to find myself in. And the more I was doing it, the more I was doing it after my grandfather passed away, I was getting even more anxious of people, social anxiety getting in. And the last time I remember, it was actually before grade 11, and grade 11 is the last grade in high school. As soon as I graduated grade 10 and I was on stage playing on violin and singing, you know, first I actually play and then I stop and then I start singing and then back to violin. And I never felt as anxious before ever. I was really scared of people. I was really scared of everyone looking at me, especially the teachers, especially my parents when they were sitting behind, and my legs were just shaking and I was really ready to fall, because I knew that after that I just knew I wasn't really sure of everything. I didn't know whom to ask, whom to talk to after the most loved one is family member is just not there anymore. I'll always talk to him, but it's just not like that anymore. It's really hard to find somebody you want to talk to and you want to keep everything with him, and it's, well, not exactly the best thing ever to experience. Just for that, I just want to let you know that you should really value your most loved ones, and something you do not want to lose. But when it comes to my parents, it's something I didn't really want to have. Always been pretentious about what they feel, pretentious of I care about them, but I just never felt the affection. I just never felt interest. I just never felt anything like that in order to love them or just be around with them. Even if they did this stuff to me, just after as soon as I graduated high school, and they said like, oh, they sent me to Canada straight away, just so I won't end up in what's going on in Ukraine, even though they left themselves in there. And before that, we have a lot of talk, and especially when I tried to motivate them to start learning English language, start thinking of where they want to really go, well, abroad. Maybe they need to study, maybe they want to work somewhere. Something that a lot of people would do if they have a big wish to go to a different country. Instead, I've been told, you're gonna finish that university and you're gonna let us in Canada, so we won't work, but we'll still have income. Why everything is supposed to be on me at this point? I am not a stable person. I really need somebody around me, and I've been sent alone in there. And it's when I was 17 years of age. It was really shocking. I had some good friends in there, but turns out it wasn't exactly people I would really care about, nor they would care about me in response, because I would usually be in classes. They would usually be looking at my screen or something and looking at what I write, and it's careless. I had a passion to learn, but they didn't. They're people from Russia, from Ukraine, but it's just same old from what I've seen in high school. Even if I was like that in high school, but in university with a passion just to learn something, and with a passion to actually strive for something I really want to find in Canada, it's it's something that is not exactly easy to maintain, and unless you know what you're doing, but lacking in friends in there was really hard. Found found really good friends. Even we've been talking through internet a lot. We just found each other apparently in the same city, which was really nice. But I just never felt comfortable even talking about myself because my priority about myself was just completely the lowest. Pretty much, like, pretty much that's how it feels. It's not exactly the easiest feeling of low self-esteem, and you just come with, hey guys, I want to really talk about this and that. I had a big complex in myself whether I want to talk about it or not. It's really hard for me to find really good people I really want to know. And it just turns out that I found a lot of them, but they live in a different country, and finding somebody who is in Canada is very hard at the moment. I just don't know. I just don't know where else to go. If I right now come back to Ukraine, I'm gonna be detained and I'm gonna be sent to the army forcefully. Probably just gonna be shot or something in the front. And with my mental state, I'll just probably not give anybody satisfaction of actually. I don't know why I'm saying it, it just makes you feel bad. Please do not feel bad about me. I'm just trying to get help. I just don't know where else to go. I want to escape all this. Canada is not a place because it has that affection that my parents really wanted to go, but after the last time we talked in August, I really don't know what to say. I've never felt it. I've never had such mood just to go out and just sleep on railroads, waiting for it to end. Lost everyone, graded me from family, friends, the only grandmother that is alive, and yeah, after that I just felt very angry, very frustrated, very betrayed, and I do not want to even hear about them at all. Blocked them from everywhere. And before they left, they also took my Ukrainian passport, which is like a second citizen's passport. And they took it in order to disown me, as I can understand. So yeah, because there's absolutely no other reason for them to ask for the passport 3 days after we had an argument, and we just never wanted to talk to each other. Every time I would go past, they would just not look, not even notice all the money I've spent on them just to get all this furniture they wanted, just to make them feel comfortable for the next 3 months, is nothing. I'm left with nothing. I'm trying to sell everything I can, but it's just getting really hard and I have to drop prices, and I don't think I will have even enough to even escape this. I'm overstaying in Canada right now and I have to be gone until the end of November. And the end of November is like around 30th November. Even fucking worst day ever. I just don't know. Australia is like, for me, is the best place to go. Been trying to get a sponsor there. So far it's semi-successful, but getting proper documents. Flight over there. Getting paid for visa. It's just ridiculous price, but I really do not know where else can I get money. I can't really work. I can't work here. My data isn't valid for staying in Canada. I don't really want to stay here either. I don't really have anybody here. I really want to leave this place because it has so many bad memories, and I do not want to associate myself with Canada anymore. I have absolutely no motive of making anything. I really want to come back, but every time I do, it's always a thought of I'm never gonna make it. I'm never gonna finish it. Who am I doing it for? What's the point? I just want to come back and do something else. I just want to come back and do some shitty job, just to at least stay in Australia forever. Somewhere in the country where I think it's a better place for me. So many people I know there. It's a family. Family is not always bound by blood, as I've been told. I will never forget that quote. But it's so hard to even make it real. I want to stay away from Ukraine. If I come back to Ukraine, as soon as I land at the passport control, I'm gonna get detained. There's absolutely no joke to it, and it's completely assured. I just don't know where to go else. I don't want to end up there. I do not want to end up there. If I do, I'm screwed. And I cannot even update my visa in Canada because majority of people in there are compromised with it. And I'm one of the people. Apparently, I'm not meeting certain requirements in order to get an entry. In order to convert into permanent residentship. I've been in Canada for 4 years in total. Enough to go for the permanent residentship. With the recent laws changed to 3 years. I still cannot do it. Just because they require certain employment, and employments require a actual permanent resident or even visa papers, but I cannot update it since January of this year. I've been getting no response absolutely, and I just do not know what to do. Certain shit requires lawyers, and lawyers cost so much money, and I don't even have it either. After all the calculations, after all the research, going to Australia is the only place that I can find myself home, find myself living there, rather than brought here. I do not know where else to go. It's pretty much. Sorry for that long video. I tried to deliver as much as I could in order to tell you guys about what's going on, how pathetic I am and all that, and I just do not know what else has to help. I really want to ask you to help to please check me out please check out the GoFundMe page, and if you could maybe throw a dime or anything. It's just the more people, the better. It's not because I have absolutely no ability of getting income. Or getting online income is very hard to find somebody who wants to get it online for the things I want to do. Like maybe do 3D works, maybe do 3D artworks, maybe do 3D models in particular. I can do hard surface modeling. I can do animations. I can do that, but it's so hard to find anybody who is really willing to do it. And with the time I have at the moment to stay in Canada, it's just not gonna save me. A certain job in there is not gonna save me there from going back to Ukraine. And I cannot get any kind of updates about visa. I just can't do it. It's just denied. But when it comes to Australia, the Australian visa, it's very much possible if I pay that sum that is enough to sustain me. As of October 8th, 9:37 a.m. Next week is going to be one of the busiest where I have to get a confirmation about the sponsorship and what I'm supposed to. And when I'm supposed to actually go to Montreal and go to the office and just apply for Australian visa there. And with my certain circumstances, for I've been told by one of the consulars online about the national visa entry for Australia is my circumstance can give them an exception of making the visa process a lot faster, from 3 to 6 weeks, rather than 5 months from what I've seen and what I've been told. So I just this is enough time until I have to leave, and I really hope I can get enough people to listen to hear the message. I really need your help, guys. Please. It's right now I just do not know what to do. I'm stuck here. If I'm stuck there even more, I'm gonna run even more. Probably gonna be spending a lot on something I do not even own. There's a lot of bills I have to close, and it's like I want to make sure my criminal record is absolutely clear because of it, and that's just what I'm really anxious of. Trying to pay everything with the dime as much as possible, but it's just I'm running out, and I'm not selling all the stuff is probably gonna sell my computer as well, sell my whole setup and everything I have. So, and if I don't have a computer, that means I have absolutely no other skills useful anymore, because I absolutely will have nothing, and I'm no one without it. Thank you very much for sitting through and listening to my message. I really appreciate your time if you actually made it that far, listening to me, my rant, whining, and generally asking for help. I really appreciate it, guys. Everyone on GoFundMe, everyone, all my friends. I cannot thank you enough for what kind of a help you're offering me. I just wanna start a family there. Finally meet a loved one, and I really want to live. I really want to live. I do not know where else to go. Pretty much like it's all like this. Even as dramatic as it looks, I'm just losing myself in words right now. Anyways, again, thank you so much for watching. At least it will give you a certain insight to what's going on, and hopefully this message will get through more people. And I really am asking for probably a lot, but there's no have to try, right? Almost no options left, so please, I really beg you, help me out. Thank you so much for your attention, everyone, my high school friends, old friends, everyone who paid attention to it. I do not know what to sincerely say. Maybe family is actually made without blood. It's all about trust. It's all about common sense. It's all about communication. And there is no communication going on, then I'll be just blind, just like my whole childhood. That's pretty much it. This is gonna be the end of the video. I'm sorry for making it too long, but I actually do not know how I'm gonna edit it, but that's how it's gonna be. Thank you so much. Goodbye.